Welcome to day 4 of the SOS free challenge. I am having breakfast with my husband, who's not sitting here, but there's his breakfast: apple and peanut butter with flaxseed in it and some soy milk. And I made 3/4 of a cup of oatmeal, and I topped it with cinnamon and unsweetened applesauce and a pile of raisins. That's got to be, I don't know, half a cup of raisins maybe? I'm not sure actually. But anyway, that's what's gonna make it sweet and it'll taste delicious. So I'm doing that now. Gotta do some work with my kids this morning. Preston has to study for a science test and take a science test. And then Connor has this pre-assessment-y test that he has to take. I think it's probably gonna take him a couple hours actually, so that's kind of a bummer, but no big deal, it doesn't really matter. It's the same type of test that they take at the end of the year to see what they've actually learned. So they could do really well or do really poorly. It doesn't actually make any difference. It's not a graded test. So I'm going to do that. I don't know what else I'm going to do today. We might go grocery shopping. That would be fun. I know my life is small, if that is my idea of fun, but I don't usually get to go. So it's kind of fun. I don't get to go to Costco very often. But that's about it. So the boys are having breakfast and my husband's gonna come sit and have breakfast with me in just a minute and we're gonna eat. And there's a picture of kiddos. Anyway, so I will talk to you guys again later when I have an idea, excuse me, of what we're doing for food. Bye guys. Okay guys, so I am actually going to make spaghetti for supper tonight, and I am making a SOS free spaghetti sauce right now so that it can simmer for quite a while this afternoon, and I would like it to cook for quite a while. So I just thought I would show you what it is that I'm putting in it so that if you wanted to do something similar you could do that, and then of course obviously I'll tell you later whether or not it actually tastes any good. So here's what's in it. In the pot simmering right now, a fairly large onion, not very finely chopped up, and a red pepper that I chopped up, and then I have garlic, minced garlic, then a whole bunch of different seasonings. There's some black pepper in here, there's some thyme, oregano, basil, and a little bit of rosemary. I'm not a huge fan of rosemary, so I take my rosemary that comes in like the little stemmy things and I run it through my coffee blender, which we don't have for coffee purposes, or it's a grinder, sorry, coffee grinder. Anyway, we grind spices with it. So that has a little bit of that in there. And then we come over here. I'm actually going to put some enoki mushrooms in there in a little bit, and some cauliflower as well. So that I'm going to have for like a meat type substance to add a little bit of texture to it. So there's the spices that I added to it. The rosemary I already put away. But I'm going to have a couple of cans of tomato sauce, no salt added, a couple cans of petite diced tomatoes, also no salt added. And I don't think that's going to be enough tomato sauce, so I'm going to take that tomato paste and mix it in with approximately 2 cups of water so that I can make a bigger tomato sauce. So I'll show you what it looks like when it gets boiling and when it's closer to being done, and then obviously I'll do a taste test for you later. Okay guys, quick heads up. I have reformulated what we're making from spaghetti. We're no longer making marinara to making goulash. So it definitely needs something in it to sweeten it. So I put a can of corn that's got no salt added in here, and it really did sweeten it up nicely, so it's not too super acidic. But it's definitely not marinara. I did add more onion powder and more oregano, and it tastes great, but yeah, it's not marinara sauce for sure. But I am going to let this cook for a couple of hours and boil down a bit so that it turns into like a really nice thick pasty goulash. I'm not sure what the definition of goulash is. This is mine. This is my version of SOS free goulash. There you go. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what the definition would be. So, it looks delicious. I will let you know tonight what in the world is going on with flavor. Alrighty guys, so it's about supper time. So earlier for lunch, I had a plate of rice with some vegetables that my husband had stir-fried. It was actually extremely good. There was no sauce on it, but it was just the flavor of all the vegetables, and the vegetables were very good together. I think it made it really good because it had the peppers in it and stuff, so that was pretty tasty. Spent a couple hours this afternoon out and about, took the boys to the park, and then went and did a little bit of grocery shopping and picked up some stuff, and then came home and the goulash is ready to go, and we decided to make spaghetti for the other kids. And this is what it looks like. It's really quite delicious looking, to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure exactly how it's going to taste, but it sure looks and smells very good. So those are just plain rice noodles on the bottom, and they don't have any salt in them. And then obviously the top doesn't have anything, salt, sugar, oil of any sort. It's just vegetables. But yeah, smells delicious, so hopefully it's going to taste pretty good too. Otherwise, I might chat with you guys again later. We'll see, and if not, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.